Speaking of Houston, we do have training camp. We are in the football season, so I cannot wait for that. Preseason is starting Thursday. I am excited. Excited. I'm excited not just for the entire NFL, not just for fantasy. I could wake up early Sunday morning, week one, 7 in the morning, wake up and check my best, check my fantasy, check every just the whole day. It's adult Christmas, week one. But all eyes will be on the Texans. All eyes on the Texans. And not just the Texans, but all eyes on CJ Stroud. This is when I tell you the amount of pressure that CJ has right now. He this will be the most pressure he will ever have in his NFL career. Now, I'm not gonna say NFL, I'm gonna say football career. He has to perform, and I'm not saying perform like a Superman. He got to go Josh Allen, Lamar, Matthew Stafford. That's not him. That's not his game. He needs to just manage the game. Needs to just manage the game. And I don't want to jump too far because I'm gonna get to CJ, but let me just talk about the Texans in this training camp. There's been a lot of great takeaways from the training camp, I will say. I have not been there physically, but just looking at notes and reading reports of the training camp. Oh my God, Keelan Rutledge. Like, this dude is a dog, right? Me being a Miami Hurricane fan, watching Georgia Tech and Keelan Rutledge made some of the, for him at the guard position at Georgia Tech was amazing. Now they got him lined up as the starting center. He's over here fighting Will Anderson, getting into it with Danielle Hunter. I love that. That is what the Texans was missing on the O-line. This is what they was missing in the trenches on the offensive side of the ball. They was missing a dog. They was missing the guy that, Ford F-150, pickup trucks, get down and dirty, go hunting, go fishing, They was missing that type of nastiness on the line. Getting your grill. Keelan Rutledge is bringing all the dog the Texans need on that offensive side of the ball. As a rookie, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Just like McDonald on the defensive side, at the deep tackle position, it's this team. When I seen Bleacher Report put out they are the most stacked team in the NFL, I believe it. I think this team can go far, but it comes down to one man only. It comes down to CJ Stroud. It comes down to seven. It comes down to seven. Because the last time we seen him play football, he took a snap. He put up the worst playoff performance I've seen in my life. It was bad. It was horrible. He needs to understand that this team is not asking for a lot from you. It's just not. It's not. They're not asking for a lot. Just give them 17, and the defense can handle the rest. You don't have to try to put up 30 points. Now, if you put up 30 points, that's cool certain games. But you don't have to be Superman. You don't have to be that type of guy. CJ was never that type of guy. Even at Ohio State, he wasn't the best offensive player on the team. Arguably, maybe, but just not he wasn't superhero. He wasn't Superman. Ohio State was great. But Texans, you don't need to be. You don't have to put this team on you. You don't have to do everything. You have Montgomery, who's been looking good in camp as well. You got Nico Collins. Tank, let's see. Fifth string on the depth. He's coming back from injury. I'm not expecting much from Tank Dell this year, honestly. I would be shocked. Now, he does look good running routes. Came back from this devastating leg injury. But you don't have to do everything. This defense can take you to the ball if you just do your job. If you go back and look at the Texans last year, they lost their games one possession. But what happened was that those picks was timely. You're going to look at his stats like, oh my God, he got less than 10 picks. But timely interception. It's the way it looked. When it happened. That was the problem. Going into now to this season, I think he needs to start off. He needs to put his foot in the gas early in the season. He needs to play. Damn it, this could be harsh, but I think he should play every preseason game. I'm not saying play the whole game. I'm not saying none of that. Week 1 Thursday, just give me. If you can give me first half, I love it. I love it because you want to shake the kinks off. You want to get the rust off. Because you're not at the position right now where you could just sit out every snap of the preseason. You're not that. Tom Brady played preseason. The Bengals is rolling out Joe Burrow and the starters preseason because they start off slow. But I want the Texans to have that same mentality with CJ Stroud. I don't want him to not play. I need CJ to play preseason. He needs to play. I don't think Montgomery needs to play. I don't believe in my starting running backs playing in preseason. No, no, no. My quarterback can definitely play preseason. CJ can play in the preseason. He needs to get his confidence up. He needs to um, build more rapport with the receivers as well that he already have. And and another ring. He's right now fourth on the depth chart, fifth as a tight end. But I love Klein. I don't think Klein is going to, you know, go crazy for like 800 yards receiving. Oh my God, I would love that as a starting tight end. But I don't think he's gonna still reach. But man, he's a guy from Michigan that I like as well. But like like what Aaron Wilson said. Shout out to my guy Aaron Wilson who covers the NFL, covers the Texans. Stroud and the Texans are dating. They not in a marriage. So when you're in a dating phase, you still have to prove a lot of things. You know, to show the Texans. There's a reason why the Texans did not give him an extension yet. I wouldn't have given him an extension. That's crazy. You got to prove it. Because when Davis Mills played, they was 3-0. And what Davis Mills did, he didn't do too much. Yes, he's been in the league longer than CJ Stroud, but I mean, he was the backup, and we was like, damn, if Davis Mills played against New England, I think we win the game. I think we get to the bowl, honestly. You give me Davis Mills versus Jarrett Stidham with that defense? Yes, Davis Mills in the Super Bowl for sure. So we're out here in the city saying that. It's like, man, could we see like, yo, you don't have to do a lot. You're practicing against this defense every single day. So when you get into the field, and it's of course easier said than done. I'm sitting my ass at home watching these games. He's out there playing. But you're getting paid the big bucks. You the guy that this franchise had trust and say, hey, you're our guy. After the Deshaun Watson era, it is the CJ Stroud era. So he's gonna have to go out here and perform and show why he should be paid the big bucks, why he should be the franchise quarterback for the Texans. And I'm not gonna sit here and just fully write him off, but what I'm going to say is that I think that it is week by week. It's week by week. You know, it starts off week 1. He needs to get off the gates fast against Buffalo week 1. You at home. I looked at that week 1 schedule. That is by far the best game of week 1 on the Sunday. The Texans Bills is going to be a great game. But it's gonna be week by week, you know. So he's gonna have to prove to everybody like, man, he's the guy. Because everybody right now, he's a walking meme. You know, like he's gonna have to come out and give his performance. But it's one of them things at the same time where, as great as the AFC is and how tough it is, it's really Super Bowl appearance or bust. If they make it to the conference championship, we haven't seen that ever. Even when we had the Oilers, we never went to the conference championship. I think this the defense that can bring us there. I think the offense, if the offense can be top 12, just give me top 12 in the league, I think they can make an appearance in the bowl. But that's why last year hurt so much, because if you look at last year, no Joe Burrow, no Lamar, no Mahomes. It was just Josh Allen. That was a perfect opportunity. Now, what happens if there's a playoff of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Bo Nix, Drake May? Now you're going against those 6 guys, and plus now you got the Texans. So that's what makes it so devastating. We just got to see.